We're standing on the stage over here at the historic Teche Theatre in downtown Franklin, and we're about to mount a classic, an African-American classic, Fences. Actually, it's a reprisal of a show that we did several years ago. It was directed then by Allison Jones, and it starred the late, great Tyra Yarborough. Inasmuch as this is our anniversary year, we chose shows from the past that we had done, and because of Tyra and all the work that he put into the Teche Theatre, we thought we would do Fences as a nod to Tyra and also as part of our African American Spotlight show. The show Fences was written by August Wilson, the late August Wilson. August Wilson, I think, died in 2005, 2008. And it is set in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, August Wilson's hometown. Most of the, and I want to say that here, most of the shows that we have done here when we talk about African American shows are set in the South, and you deal with Southern racial issues. But we know the truth is in the United States, those racial issues cross, what do we say, the Mason-Dixon line? Yeah. And so we take a look at the issues that face the lead character, Troy Maxson, who is a very angry, self-destructive character. He was reared by an abusive father, who I'm going to say, if he wasn't an alcoholic, he certainly was a drunk, maybe. Very similar to August Wilson's father, who I might add was a German immigrant, or German immigrant descent. August Wilson himself was an interracial child. His father was, as I said, a German immigrant. His mother was African American. And when he speaks, August Wilson, of his father, or spoke of his father, he said that his father constantly drank. He was a pastry chef, but he constantly drank and, again, was very verbally abusive. I'm not sure if he was physically abusive, but verbally abusive. And that old saying about sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never harm me, we know that ain't true. And so the character Troy Maxson, I think, is somewhat loosely based on August Wilson's father. Troy Maxson is married to Rose, and Rose is somewhat dream came true, or so she thought. When she married Troy, she had been around the block a couple of times herself, but all she wanted is what most women want in America, and that is a husband, a house to live in, children, and to be a domesticated housekeeper, particularly when this show was set, which it opens in 1957. So her dream comes true, as I said, she thought it did with her husband, Troy, until he does the ultimate betrayal. And that I'm not going to tell you because I want you to come out and see the show. But Troy has a very good friend, Bono. He and Bono actually met in prison. Troy went to prison because he killed a man. And he was in prison for 15 years. He meets this guy, Bono, in prison, and Bono and he become very close friends, so much so that after they got out of prison, they both began working for the, I'm assuming, the Pittsburgh Garbage Collection Company. And Troy is, again, this angry guy who feels that why do we have to keep picking up the garbage cans and the white guys get to drive trucks? I'm going to talk to the boss and see if I can drive the truck. Now the humor in it is that, and his son knows this, one of his sons knows this, and a good friend knows, is that Troy can't drive and he can't read. But he does get that job. He does get the job to be a driver for the garbage company. And we find out on the end that as much as he wanted that job to move up, he missed the camaraderie with the fellows on the back of the truck picking up garbage and what have you. We also have in the show another son of Troy's, who's Lyons. Lyons is a child that Troy had with a wife of his, way before Rose, and he and that lady divorced. But Lyons keeps coming around. Lyons wants to be a musician, and I think he thinks he's one. He and Troy have, what would you call it, a loose father-son relationship. His son Corey, who is his son by Rose, lives in the house with he and Rose. And their relationship just never solidifies in a good way. I think Troy really loves him, But as I said, Troy's self-destructive, and he doesn't know how to bond with his son. And he does to his son, really, what his daddy did to him. And then we have Troy's brother, Gabe, who's played by Kenneth Perry. The last time you guys saw Kenneth Perry, he was the musician for the show the African-American show that was done, The Quarters. He wrote the music for The Quarters. Well, in this show, Fences, he's actually on stage as an actor. The character is Gabe. Gabe was injured in World War II with a head injury. He came back and there's a metal plate in his head, but beyond that, as most people who serve in the military in combat, he suffers from post-traumatic syndrome. So he just has some issues there. But a very special character. And then our last character is Raynell. We're going to have a little baby make her debut on stage. If you know LaDacia Bowes-Weber, her little baby, Harlan Rain, is going to make her debut on stage as the baby Raynell. And then we have Brianna Moore, who will be playing the older Raynell. Now, I've told you a lot about the show, but I haven't told you the whole show because I want you to come out and see it. It's going to open on Thursday, April 20th, and it runs the 20th, 21st, 22nd at 7 p.m. And then it closes on Sunday with the 3 p.m. matinee. Tickets are $20 and can be purchased at the Lamp Lighter Coffeehouse or even some of our cast members. The ticket price in advance as well as at the door is the same, which is $20. And we hope that you come out and see it. We always talk about supporting the arts. We have a lot of talented people here. The set behind me that you see was built by Brett Castleman. We have master set designers as well as builders. The lighting, the entire show. It doesn't get any better, really, when you want to see good theater. And for $20, I think you're going to see a master blaster. So again, I invite you to come out, be a part of it, see Skylar Long and his wife, Danica Foley Long. You're going to see John Matthews. You're going to see Kenneth Perry. You're going to see Courtney Livingston. You're going to see Kyron Dugas and Brianna Moore. Great show, great show. I hope to see you this coming week.